Scan Lab. Today we'll be testing the EM Expert for diagnosing EMC issues. So we have set up a small circuit board on the EHX system. It's connected to our Keysight EXA analyzer today. And it's all set up, so actually we'll begin testing. I'm going to move over to the software here to set up this test. First thing I'm going to do is a spectral test. So I'll set the frequencies from 10 to 80 megahertz. I'll choose the scan probes to cover an area of the board. Now I already have the overlay included in this, and we'll show in another video how to properly import overlays. Pick a few probes randomly around the board, accept this, and then begin the test. We'll run this once, and we'll see how quickly those results show up on the screen. We've already identified some of the peaks, and we can see right away that there's 11 megahertz, 22, 33 megahertz, corresponding to a clock and its harmonics. Now that we've identified some of the frequencies that are coming out of this board, we can go through and do a spatial analysis. So we'll open up the spatial node, pick one of the first peaks at 22 megahertz, and then in the spatial area, we'll now select the entire board. Select all of these cells, and then begin the measurement. So after running the scan once, we'll zoom in on the area here so we can see it better. We can already start to see measurement results related to the distribution of energy on this PCB. So right now we can identify a hotspot very close to the clock itself, and also close to the microcontroller on this board. But we can also identify other components. There's currents going around the edge of the board that we can see here. And this is related to the clock signal, but it's probably not a design intent. If someone were to actually lay out a clock trace to go around in a big area like this, that wouldn't be best practices and it could cause emission problems. So that's something that we want to identify very early on in the design cycle and hopefully mitigate in future designs. What we're going to show here is the ability to make very quick changes. If I run this continuously, I can look at a live view of those spatial distribution. What I'm going to do is turn off the auto scale and make a small change. There's a decoupling capacitor that's on here. If I take that out, we can see the effect that that has on the spatial distribution. So this one small change has a huge effect on the energy that's coming off of this board. And of course, if you go into a compliance test, having these type of issues at the end of your design cycle is going to be critical. So you want to identify these early on. Putting it back, bringing it back to a good state with much lower emissions. There we go. Back to a compliant state, and very easily done. In a few seconds in the lab, you get real-time results with great visualization like this. That's it for today's test. Thank you.